So Vanessa asked me about banking the other day, and because there was like the Nazi-controlled opposition march through Melbourne, which is unexciting. Whoa. And so that's lame. Because the point is, that's a controlled opposition, controlled dialect. And it's boring, and the culture's moved on from there. Like, because people would ask a question, it's like I was talking to Vanessa, it's just like, oh, well, there's these interest rates. Why is the government taking interest when they have the Treasury and it's the Commonwealth? Why aren't we just producing our own interest-free currency? What is the point of this? Who are these international bankers and organizations, and what do we borrow money from them? What do they want? Clearly everyone's working for money. The politicians, everybody works for money, and they're controlling all the money. Maybe that would be an influential group who aren't reported in the Murdoch mainstream media or. And so, there's all those questions. It's just like, oh, why is there this real estate scarcity when there's all this available cleared land from the previous agrarian society? I don't know. Phony Phoenician Phoenix. The Phoenician scheme. It's just like, what do you think about in the morning? And so anyway, Vanessa was quite receptive to hearing that. And that's my Nazi rally rant. That's what I think about the Nazis, because what did Hitler do? Oh yeah. The National Socialists, kicked out the bankers and issued their own currency and blah blah blah. And ethno-nationalism is a different way of being. Ask the Japanese. But, having babies is a problem. Why is it mostly a problem, the babies? Because of money. And what does that come down to? Need versus greed. It's just, So anyway, AI, UBI. The future. Yeah. And the superhero genre has gone the way of the Western. Once upon a time in Hollywood. But, who would have guessed the king of the universe is a white man? No, CEO of Crown Corp. Well, yeah. White power, hot shower. I didn't need a hot shower. I went to the gym. That's 6 days in a row. And I learnt yoga yesterday. Vanessa taught me yoga. And so, I know the cat, I know the cow, I know some yoga poses. Yoga poses. Check out this tree, it's a pretty good tree. And all trees come from one little seed. And one tree produces many seeds. And 80% of men look at pornography. And who controls pornography? But who's in pornography? And why should they feel bad about it? I mean, where does all this shame, guilt, fear come from? You're clearly being controlled with it. Men are driven by sex. Women are the gatekeepers of sex. All these pressures. Or you can just see it all. And understand yourself as a male, understand female nature, male nature, and Both of you do that. That would be ideal. In a perfect world. Which is this? If you're not confused. War for them instead of confusion. You're not seeing the bigger picture. A world safe for women and children. Yeah, won't somebody think of the women and children? I don't know, they seem fine to me. I mean, I just think about atmospheric electricity, 9/11, Dr. Judy Wood. Because you could do a direct energy weapon. And you could vaporize shit. And start wildfires with a directed energy weapon using atmospheric electricity. I mean, you can call down lightning. So, of course you can do, that's all possible. Oh wow, is that being done? Can that be done? What did the satellite guy say? Any form of technology is indistinguishable from magic. When, I don't know, not understood by the observer. That was 2001. A Space Odyssey author, Arthur C. Clarke. Peter Mason. Whatever. I gotta go to work in a minute. Had my medication. Got my prescription. Bought $1,000 back of Grand Theft Auto stock. Take-Two Interactive. And now I've got my $1,000 of savings. Getting back on the game. Back on the horse after falling off the horse badly. But you just get back on the horse. Because, like, what is a story without, like, some ups and downs, some drama? That's okay. But I'm done with that drama. Because things between me and Vanessa couldn't have been better. Wow, it all worked out. Following instinct and the laws of the universe. Sometimes you just gotta go mad. A little bit mad sometimes. But 88, most of the time you don't. Most of the time, you just gotta go to work.